Welcome to the Nick Anderson Show. On tonight's show, we have a band from Erie, Pennsylvania called First to 11. They just hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. They've been mentioned in Alternative Press magazine as one of 7 best rising bands under 21. And they won not 1, but 2 Battle of the Bands at Cleveland's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm Nick Anderson. Make sure to subscribe below, and let's get right into it. So I'm going to ask some questions that hopefully you guys have never been asked before. I watched the interviews that you have already, and I watched some of them ask you like the questions that really annoy me being in a band, like, how did you get your band name? And like, like I hate those questions. So I'm going to ask one question that everyone always asks every band on the planet. And then we're going to do all questions that you've probably never been asked before.
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one.
So, yes, so just one. And this is the one that's already been answered like 1,000 times. But, okay, so the name of your band came from a game you guys play on a tennis court. Tell me about that. And I promise this is the only, like...
At least you're asking about the game.
Yeah, we're going to get it out of the way. Like,
yeah, that's true. Who wants to
It's been a while since I answered it. So when I was in high school... I'm a bit older than them. When I was in high school, my friends and I played this game. I don't know who like actually invented it, but essentially it's like a Walmart ball, like a plastic inflatable Walmart ball. And then we go to a tennis court and we play like kind of a hybrid of like ping pong rules, volleyball rules, and tennis rules.
Okay. And
it's a really cool game because like you don't really have to be super athletic, like, to be good at it because the ball is so lightweight. It, like, goes everywhere. So it's really just, like, kind of chaos, like, ordered chaos. But it's, like, I don't know. It's just when I showed them how to play it, it was, like, an instant hit with the band. And we just, for years, we would play after practice all the time.
Nice.
And it was kind of like our bonding thing. You know, we did that and we went and ate at Burger King. That was, like... the stuff that our band did, like
order.
usually it was Burger King bonk, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now we've like progressed to like chicken wings.
Okay. Yeah, we get chicken wings a lot now.
Yeah, now that you hit 1 million subs, you're like, we can get the chicken.
Yeah, we can get the chicken wings.
Nice. Okay, so in your music video where you're playing the game, you're all barefoot. Is that part of the game?
Yes, it's a rule.
It's a rule.
That's a weird rule of the game. You have to play barefoot because of the texture of the court.
Tennis court.
It actually like hurts your feet really bad.
That's why I was surprised when I saw it.
You're constantly changing direction, so it's kind of just like a rule of passage that you have to get blisters on your feet from playing volleyball.
Okay.
And then
why we played at night too, because it's not as hot.
And then I just have so many memories of like I'd be playing like at the net or something, and I'd be on Matt's team, and Matt would be in the back, and I just hear Matt has like no arches in his feet anymore, so you just hear like like running up behind you. So funny.
That's fantastic. Awesome.
But yeah, that's one of the rules. Another one is that we pick teams, so we pick using a pick, like heads versus tails.
Fantastic.
So we'll say like this side of the net is heads, this side of the net is tails, and then everyone just flips the coin until one of the sides is full, and then the rest of the people are on that team.
Awesome.
So that's another thing. You can play it off of anything. You can play it off of the pole, the bench, the fence around the net. It all counts as like a person. So if you hit it towards the fence, you can like bounce it off the fence until someone else comes to like rescue you, and then you can keep playing it.
That's sick.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like things
on the fence, like
it has popped on the top of the fence. So we usually bring 2 balls just in case.
Okay.
But yeah, it definitely it goes over the fence, and you have to go in the creek or wherever like you are to try and find it. And
nice. And then whoever is first to 11 wins.
Correct.
Awesome. See, when I first saw your guys' band name, I thought that it was a reference to Spinal Tap. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah. A lot of people think that. Like, anytime they see 11 in a band, they just make that association.
That's true. Which is not a question, but a comment you've probably heard a lot. So that doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
Okay, now we can get into the fun questions. Matt, this is a question specifically for you. I saw in one of the interviews that you're super into pirate metal. And I am also into pirate metal.
No way!
And I'm wondering if you got the rest of the band into it yet, or if you're still in the like trying phase.
I think Sam is the one that's most coming around to it because of the production of it. Because it's like people hear pirate metal like, oh, it's bad music played by bad. It's not. All the musicians, especially in Ailstorm, their guitar player is nuts.
Yeah.
Like he's so good. Like everything is so airtight when you get to the like higher metal pirate bands, like that have more exposure. So it's basically just power metal band with a twist.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is.
Well, it's got to be the greatest party to see one live too. Like it's got to be so much.
I have yet to see Ailstorm live.
They played didn't they play on
I think they played on a Warped Tour. I missed them.
I saw them.
Okay.
I am on a quest to see them. But I think Sam's like the one coming around most to it because like the singing is what puts everyone off. Like that is it because they sing in like their
that
pirate
much different
voices.
than like Dropkick Murphys though.
No, it's not like
That's true.
But,
I feel like Dropkick Murphys is a little bit more like they're Irish. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like heritage sort of thing. I don't know if anyone is like a pirate in Hailstorm.
You don't know. They're all pirates.
I don't know. I
don't know.
Could be.
But like I think that's what puts everyone off. So Audra hates when people sing like that.
But I don't mind like on the road trip, like on the way back from Arizona.
You just gotta let me do it.
Didn't mind it.
And Ryan hates everything I like because it's just an obligation.
That's not true. I just don't like joke bands. I think that when
they're not a joke, Ryan. They're not a joke. But yeah, no, I have yet to get other people into it.
If they didn't dress up, I'd like it.
I think Tortuga's Drop is what got Sam the closest to liking it because that song kind of slaps. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So I was thinking, like, instead of the rest of the questions I have, we just spend the rest of the time talking about pirate metal and trying to get everybody else into it.
Yeah, that's great.
Interview took a turn.
This is an intervention.
This is actually a really, like, elaborate ploy to get you guys to listen to more pirate metal.
But, like, I haven't showed them, like, I forget some of the band names, like Remahoy. I'm just like, they probably won't like that. You know what I mean? Ailstorm's the easiest because we all like heavier music. And like I said, it's basically just power metal with a twist.
Yeah.
So it's the easiest to get into.
Yeah, it's easier.
The farther you go out, the more and more weird it does get. And I'll go on that journey with them. So I'm a true pirate.
Can you imagine though, if you're in a band like that, if you had a secret show, you could like send all your fans a pirate map with an X on it where the show was, and then everyone
would be sick. That would be so
cool.
Opportunity.
So that was like, see how cool pirate metal is, guys? Like,
see? I'm missing out.
Just trying to help you get on board. Okay, next subject, so that we don't talk about pirate metal the whole time. Okay.
It's doom metal. Let's talk about Sun.
What?
I guess that's my pirate metal. Is I like doom metal. So
doom metal.
Sun. There's a band called Sun, and they basically play one note and they hold it for like 45 minutes. But it's played through
like don't like pirate metal.
It's played through the loudest amplifiers that like were ever made, and there's like 40 of them all turned to 10. So it's like an experience, like to just hear that volume in going to their shows. So I do like that sort of stuff, but I guess that's my one thing that could be equated to being a weirdo.
Okay, no, I'll respect that. I've decided. Yeah.
Sam probably has like bands like that.
Nice. No, that's cool. I dig. I've never heard of that. So what? It was called Sun?
Sun, S-U-N-N. They only play in like abandoned churches, and they have to get special permits to do their shows because
it's so loud.
It's so loud, yeah.
I'd assume. Yeah. I'll check that out. Cool. Okay, you guys just hit 1 million subscribers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What message do you have for all of your subs, and what does it feel like to reach a milestone that is that incredible?
Well, I guess for all of our subscribers, we just say like thank you, and like obviously, I mean, they know we've said it a million times, but like we wouldn't be able to like be doing this like without them. I mean, if it wasn't for this, we all would like be doing other things. We'd be in school, and we wouldn't get to have a YouTube channel and like do this for a living. So we are like so appreciative for that. And for all the support that like everybody's given us over like the past like 4 years that we've done our YouTube channel. But it was a pretty exciting milestone that I feel like we all were kind of like anticipating, and we were like, okay, like, when's it gonna happen now? Like, we were getting close, and we were just waiting and waiting for it to happen. So we were all pretty excited when it finally did.
As you should be. That's got to feel good. A lot of work. Cool.
Yeah. The serotonin levels are just off the charts, bro.
Gosh, I bet. Yeah, you just like fall over and just like lay on the carpet.
I screamed for like 30 minutes straight.
There's
like,
a video of Matt just screaming so loud that he sent.
I went like Super Saiyan on my Instagram.
Nice.
I just leveled up there.
It was insane.
So he was playing, I don't know if you were playing League of Legends, but he was playing video games right after that. And he was just like yelling at everyone he was playing with, just reminding them that he had 1 million subscribers.
Because the friends I play with are also musicians, and they're going there for music education. And obviously, I have nothing against. Obviously, love anyone that goes into education.
Yeah.
Music education is going to be so awesome for, especially, we call him Fabio. His name is Fabio, but he's going to do great at that. Dude's one of the best piano players I've ever heard. Like, dude's freaky with it. He's going to be awesome. But I just make fun of him relentlessly. I'm like, so Fabio, I don't know any music theory. How many subscribers do you have, Fabio? He knows like everything. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know anything. How many subs? Because like we've been friends since like middle school, so we just have that like relationship that I just shellac him with all these like we're playing the game. I'm like getting kills. I'm like saving his life. I'm like, yo, you know why you saved your life? Because I got 20 subscribers.
Yes. No, that is the perfect joke. I'm right on that train. Like anytime anything good happens to the band, I'm like, oh, you know why that why I just saved your life? Because I play games too, and I'm like, oh, it's because that awesome thing just happened. And
It is. It's just like something you just gotta like throw out every once in a while.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I FaceTimed Audra when we hit 1 million, and she had a family like party, and she preemptively knew before she picked up the phone to like lock herself in a secluded room. Because like she picked up the phone and instantly her phone speakers are just blown out, and I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm like shoving the phone in Ryan's face. I'm like, wait, Dad! Look at this!
That's awesome. Next question. So you guys have had a ton of success with your YouTube covers, but your originals are amazing. My favorite song is Runaway.
Love that one.
What are your goals as a band moving forward? You've got your originals, you've got your covers. Like, what are your goals moving forward? It's kind of a loaded question.
I think we're making money moves, my guy. Let's just say that. I think the most concise way to put this is that to get both to a point where they can like coexist, but also be separate entities at the same time, and just have their own breathing, living things. Like we've been doing covers so long, and we got that to a point where we're like, oh my god. It's second nature. You wake up, you do a cover, you go to sleep.
We don't want to ever stop like using like our channel and like using that to our advantage either.
And
like
not to use this as a call out, but we've seen so many bands like the most obvious is Against the Current. And we just kind of ask ourselves like, what could they still be if they're still doing covers? And if they don't want to do covers anymore, then don't do covers. That comes down to it. But we still love what we do. We love the audience we built on YouTube. So I think the easiest answer, and without giving anything away, is like, let's get it to a point where we both can coexist.
We can do
both, and both are going to be a lot of fun. So sometimes we can just be like, let's do an all cover set, you know what I mean? And the other times we can be like, let's do an all original set, and we can just mix and match and do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest thing that we're trying to push is musical like freedom. So we wake up and Ryan's like, I hate originals. I want to play all covers. We can just be like, yep, Ryan, we're going to do all covers. Or if Audra wakes up and she's like, I want to do all originals, we can be like, okay, we're going to do all originals. Because it doesn't matter. Because we can do whatever we want.
Yeah,
I like that a lot. And I think a lot of bands forget that like you don't have to do one or the other. You can do both, and like you can decide that day like what creative itch do I want to scratch today.
And I think the biggest thing is we were actually talking about it in an earlier interview, but we are like we box ourselves in so much when at the end of the day we don't need to.
Yeah.
Because we related it to like when we travel, we're like we can't do this when we travel. You know what I mean? We can't go to Disneyland. We're on a business trip.
Right.
Bro, if you want to go to Disneyland, we're gonna go to Disneyland, bro. Who's gonna stop us?
Right.
It's the same with music. Like we're like we gotta do only originals now, or we're a cover band. We gotta do only covers. Like why? Huh?
Yeah.
Why?
I agree.
So
Yeah, it's kind of the perks, I guess, of like just being like having like both and being able to work on both is you can kind of just like go with whatever you're feeling, I guess, like that day. And if we can obviously keep our channel going as long as we want to and as long as we possibly can and still do original stuff too.
Cool.
it's about to get crazy up in here. I'll just say that. Everything's about to start exploding, bro.
I dig. That's awesome. Cool. Okay, another fun question. We'll go one person at a time. Dinner, if you could have dinner with any musician, living or dead, who would it be?
Oh, I know mine already.
Go for it.
Should I go first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Steven Tyler.
Steven Tyler.
Yes, I loved Aerosmith growing up. That's like my dad listened to them a lot.
Okay.
And they were like my favorite when I was younger, and I want to see them so bad, but like he's getting old, so I'm like, I don't know. So if I would have dinner with him, that's my answer. Final answer.
I dig that.
I used to want James Hetfield from Metallica to be like my dad. I think that he would probably be the easy choice for me. I feel like he's a down to earth kind of dude, and I don't think that I would even really like freak out seeing him. You know what I mean? I think I get excited when I see people that I'm like, you know, I've idolized for such a long time. But for him, I don't see myself getting like really worked up about it. I think I would just be really excited to just see what he's like.
Do you think that's because you connect with him well that you don't think you'd freak out?
Yeah, I think so. I think that while he's like insanely talented, he's not like. So there's some people on YouTube. Matt makes fun of me all the time because we met Elise Trow. I don't know if you know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a big fan of hers.
Singer, everything. She plays everything, and she is just really, really intimidating to me. Like, I feel like her brain just is like, who's this dumb guy? Like, I feel like, that's probably not true, but like, that's how I feel about some people like that they're just so talented that I don't even know how I could connect with them. But I feel like, yeah, I think James Hetfield is like, you know, he comes from a place that I feel like I come from. He played covers, you know what I mean? Got himself off the ground, worked really hard. Like, I feel like I would identify with that. And,
Sure. So then it's more of like a conversation with a friend then.
yeah, he seems like a peer, a contemporary to me.
Cool. All right, who's next?
I would say I kind of have two, like, I don't know, just funny answers. Like, just for pure entertainment, I'd love to have dinner with Jack Harlow. I think he's one of the funniest people, just period. Every single one of his interviews, I don't know, just makes me cry in laughter. But on a more serious note, I think like Jesse Lacey from Brand New is just a very interesting person. I also think like all of the guys from like Squeeze or The Clash, like kind of like the British like political artists, I think probably have a lot to say about things. So I don't know, just like English beat people who have kind of lived through a lot of history, I think would be very important. And also, I think some of my answers are because English probably isn't their first language, so those guys would be an obvious pick for me.
Okay, so yours is more of a dinner party.
Yeah, mine's definitely more of a dinner party. I'm having like pinkies up, suit and tie kind of thing. We're having the finest cuisine.
I'd like to see Joe Strummer with his pinky up. And
yeah, I would also like to see that, honestly.
Nice.
I think my answer is actually going to be a little surprising.
Okay.
But I think what I would want to do if I actually thought about it is John 5, the guy that plays guitar for Rob Zombie. Because what interests me about him the most is he's one of the best guitar players I've ever heard. Yet he goes out on stage and plays for Rob Zombie, which I'm not saying is like bad. I'm just saying he has very chuggy, very melodic, very straightforward music.
Yep.
And that's like the guitar player I respect the most. A guy that is so confident in his abilities that he can get up there and play like 5 power chords the entire night, and he's happy.
Amen.
And he's excited to keep playing.
Yeah.
And I just want to have that conversation with like, I feel like he's a guy that's like not let anything hold him down and hold him back to like what he wants to be. If he wants to do a country album where he's chicken picking the whole time and just shredding, he'll do it.
Yeah.
And then the next day, if he wants to go play for Rob Zombie, he's going to do that. And it's just like, that's like, we were just talking about like, don't let anything like box you in musically. I feel like he's the epitome of that. Like, cause I feel like so many guitar players get so good and then they're like, I'm good now. I can only do good people guitar. I can only shred all the time. I can only play super intricate music. This guy's like, nah, man, I don't care. I'm gonna play these songs.
Yeah.
He's
about
playing what he needs to
vampires.
play for the music that he's in.
Yeah. That's a really good answer, dude. I was surprised at that.
Yeah.
Dude,
that was
he'd be
good.
awesome. He also seems in his interviews super duper chill. Like he's just so laid back.
Where do you think he'd take you for dinner?
What? Dude,
Like creepy New York, like underground goth, like dude's into some weird stuff. I can tell, but like
Actually,
not in a creepy way. I don't know.
exactly. We'd go to like this super weird place and he'd probably order like pizza. Like the most normal
That-
pizza
yeah.
ever. So we're just surrounded by like basically like an Ozzy Osbourne album cover, and then we're having like pizza, and he's probably playing guitar. I've never seen a moment with that guy not having a guitar on.
Nice.
So he's probably playing away.
That's awesome. Yeah, I dig that. Great answers, everybody.
what would be your answer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, probably Dave Grohl.
That's Matt's probably
I
top
I just
five.
think me and
Maybe.
him would get along well together.
My dad's like, yeah, great answer.
And I had a sign at one of the Foo Fighters concerts, and it said like, "Can I come sing a song on stage with you?" Because I'm a singer and I wanted to do that. And I knew that they took people on stage sometimes. And he saw me in the audience, pointed at me, and went, "Pff, "No."
That's so
And I
hard.
was devastated. I was like, "Oh."
You wanted to be Kiss guy, bro. You
I
come
wanted to
on.
be Kiss guy. Yeah, I should have like put makeup on or something. I don't know. But still, so now I have a story when we go out to dinner. So,
Yeah, that is good. That's a good.
Remember you berated me?
like, remember there was this guy in the audience that was like holding a sign, and
You should be
I don't
like
like that guy.
Syndrome from the Incredibles. Should be like, remember when you turned? Have you ever watched The Incredibles?
Yeah.
You should be like the Syndrome, the bad guy in it. You
Yeah.
could be like, remember when you turned me down?
I don't
Now
remember
I'm
that
gonna
part.
take over your band.
Yeah, he
I
wanted
have to
Tinder wanted
rewatch.
to be his sidekick, and he told him no.
Oh, yes, yes.
That could be you.
That could be me. That is what it felt like. Yeah. Awesome.
I'm surprised. I'm glad you still have an admiration for him, because some people would just be like, "Ugh, I hate the Foo Fighters now."
I thought it
Dude,
kinda
I
made me
would.
like him more because I was like, I thought that was
Dude.
kind of funny.
Wow,
That's
you
cool.
can't have.
That's cool.
I get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of people who have sang on stage. I'm probably the only person that he's paraded in front of 10,000 people.
Hey, you can say that you didn't fall off a stage and break your leg. You have that. Unless you
Right.
have, then you can't
I
say that.
haven't. I've never
Perfect.
broken a bone, so I got that. Have any of you guys broken bones?
Yes.
Nope.
No.
Yes. How'd you break it?
I got messed up in a sport that's not even contact. I got more hurt playing soccer than I did playing travel hockey. I just shattered my ankle playing that sport. It's terrible.
That is surprising that like you broke it playing soccer if you're a hockey player.
Yeah, I also got like multiple concussions playing soccer. Never got touched in hockey. I think people saw me being like 5'6", and there's like, nah, like not worth it to ruin this kid's day.
That's awesome. Okay, this is my strangest question, but probably the one I'm most excited about. If you were transformed into a vegetable right now, like a fruit, or not a fruit, a vegetable.
Like an actual
Like an actual vegetable, not like someone who is a vegetable. But like, if this is confusing now that I'm saying it out loud. An actual vegetable, like a carrot or a lettuce head, or like what vegetable do you think that you would want to be?
Okay, so we tried to start this thing at my school that was like the lettuce club, where we would just meet once a month, bring a head of lettuce, and see who could eat it the fastest, and then whoever won would just organize the next event.
That is
So,
the strangest thing I've ever heard, and I love it.
Yeah, we didn't have. I like if I wanted to play sports at my high school, we didn't have any teams, so I had to just go play for another school if I wanted to. So we had nothing going on. My school was like the nerdy school. I was in like the math and astrophysics club and stuff. But then there was the lettuce club. So I feel like if I
There's
had
one,
to,
yeah.
yeah, I feel like
There's
I'd
one
have,
answer,
I'd
I
have to
think.
be lettuce.
Absolutely.
I don't even know. I need to think.
I want to say tomato, but I don't know. Base that up.
Okay.
But tomatoes are technically fruit, aren't they?
I am
They grow above the
I'm gonna
ground.
give it to you.
Sam said mine should be a cucumber.
How come?
You gotta answer that. It's your destiny.
I don't know. Mine is a cucumber.
No pressure, but the answer will stick with you for the rest of your life.
Hey.
I know.
Cucumbers can be pickles, and pickles are pretty sick.
I do love pickles.
So you just have a lot of potential. That's why you're a cucumber.
That's true.
Okay, that's good actually. I'll take it.
Cucumbers are kind of like the caterpillars of vegetables because they can become something else. So
I'll take a cucumber then.
They can become something with value.
you can slice it, you can pickle it, you can cucumber or pickle it.
And cucumbers kind of have like a purpose in makeup too.
Yeah, that is
that's
true.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
okay. Good. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's
Matt?
Matt?
I'll be a potato, bro. I'm versatile, bro. I can do whatever. I'm down for whatever. And I'm always good with butter. Potato.
Matt makes really good potatoes. We ate them last night.
I make good potatoes. My family. Everything's inundated with just tons of butter.
Yes.
So when like Audra and Sam are like, Matt, how you get these potatoes so good? I'm like, family secret recipe. I'm actually dumping
It's
like
just
4
butter.
gallons of butter onto the potatoes, and their arteries are about to clog.
Yeah.
But it's just,
Yeah.
it's okay. Shh.
Hey, I'm from Wisconsin, so like you can never have enough butter or cheese. So I respect that. Plus, if you ever feel a little salty, everyone will just like you a little better. No, that joke didn't hit very well.
No, it's because I wish I could relate.
See,
But I get mad that I get sent to like the other room. I get put in timeout, bro.
I was thinking in my head, I was like, I feel like it's a really great joke. Maybe I should say it.
No, it's a good joke. It just doesn't hit with me because it's wrong.
Okay.
No one likes me better when I'm salty. I was like, no. Literally, I'll walk in and just not be mad at something. Like, I'll just be neutral about something. People are like, oh my God, Matt, you're in a really good day today, good mood today. And I was like, I didn't do anything.
We're like, yeah.
Your baseline is knock stuff over.
Nice. I am just going to ask you what you like to do in your free time, which is another. I'm going to give it. This is another question that you might get asked, but I didn't see anyone ask you it before. So, and I'm curious, like, what do you guys like to do when you're not playing music?
I have like a giant list of them. So like I really am into pinball.
Ooh.
That's like one of my big hobbies, especially now that we have one at the studio. I don't have to like travel to go play anymore.
Dude, that's when you know you've made it. You have a pinball machine.
Honestly, like that was a big moment for me.
Is it the
I might
Aerosmith
have
pinball
cried a
machine?
little
So
bit when I brought it home.
It's the Metallica one.
Okay, awesome.
So pinball is really big. I'm super into cars. So I have a 911. So I really like to go out and just drive and learn about new 911s and watch racing. I also
Did you
watch.
guys see, he just like flexed that. Like, that was
Yeah.
that was a big flex, but he's
They're
just like,
over it. They're
so like, I'm
definitely
super
over
into
it.
cars. I've got, a 911, and it's no big deal. But
The other thing's Audra, and she'll go buy a new Kia and be like, why is my car considered worse than Ryan's? It has more room. I'm just like, you're right, Audra. Your car is better.
sorry, I interrupted you, Ryan. I just had to. That was just.
Oh.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's racing, and then I also played hockey for a long time. It's been a long time since I've like participated in that, but I still really like hockey, and I was also a gymnast for a while. So like,
Really?
A cheerleader.
I can kind of a gymnast. I can kind of tear it up at the trampoline park. So that's another thing that I like to do. I feel like I'm kind of good at it.
Nice. Like, so when you say gymnast, like, you're talking flips and like balance beam and like
And chants.
there's-
Go, team, go.
I did help my high school cheerleading squad like learn to tumble.
Okay.
So that's why he makes fun and says that I was a cheerleader. I wasn't actually a cheerleader. I just hung out with cheerleaders, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Not a
Absolutely.
It's a good thing if you're on the football team.
Well, I wasn't about to do that. I found the back. Well, no, I'm not gonna say it.
Well, those are great hobbies. I dig that. I'm especially connected to the pinball. I love pinball.
Dude, actually,
Yeah.
your area of the United States is big with that sort of stuff. Milwaukee, Chicago, like the Midwest is like the pinball kind of capital, and that's because of gambling, actually.
Huh.
And like the ties to the mob and everything.
I did not know that.
Because pinball was at one time considered a gambling device. And I think
Did
they
you win something from it?
Well, they said that it was like a game of chance, but it's really a game of skill. So in New York, pinball machines were actually outlawed for a long time because they thought they were gambling machines, and they had to go and like take it to the Supreme Court and say like, or the New York court or whatever, and say that no, if you're really good at pinball, you can do better. It's not a game of chance. Pinball history.
I'm glad I learned that. That's awesome.
The more you know.
The more you know. Yeah. All right. What about the rest of you guys?
Who's going next?
Sammy.
I have similar interests as Ryan. Actually, we both are kind of car enthusiasts. We both played hockey for quite a long time. I also just like snowboarding. I don't know if you guys even noticed. I used to do like wood burning quite a bit, which is like such a hipster thing. I'm sure Ryan hates.
That's like a normal thing in Wisconsin. A lot,
like an artistic wood burning sort of thing.
Yeah.
No, he's an arsonist.
No, man, I just like the heat.
No, but yeah, my family is actually a lot of people in my family were artists. Like a lot of my grandparents and ancestors are all artists. So like people in my family just, I don't know, almost all the art in our house is like painted by people in my family. So I'm kind of into that. I also honestly just really love really stupid nerdy things. Like I read a lot. I love like math and science, like to a point where it's actually a hobby and I do it just like for fun. No. So I don't know, kind of the black sheep in that one, but I've cool interests too. I promise.
Dude, that is a cool interest. I went to space camp and loved it. I built the model rockets after I saw that movie October Sky and launched rockets up and like, I got you.
Yeah, okay, cool. So this guy gets it. I wanted to go to space camp. I instead went to I was put in like sports camps all the time. My family was like, I don't know, like you want to be a well-rounded individual, like you got to get out of the house and play sports. So that's what but I had always wanted I'd always wanted to go to space camp, so I'm a little jealous of that.
You still could. You know.
I could.
Yeah.
Dude, if you want to go to space camp after coronavirus ends, I'll take you by the hand and we'll go.
That would be sweet. We could build the coolest rocket ever.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. I'm into that. So
nice.
Maybe are we going down the line now? Okay, I'll go next.
Cool.
So I guess like outside of like the band and stuff, I like spend just a lot of time like with my family and friends. I have like a really big family like in Erie. We all are like really like close to each other still, so I'm with them all the time. And also I'm super into like makeup, which sounds like weird and like cliche, I guess, but like I really like it, and I think I've just gotten like so used to like doing it for everything that we do that I ended up like really enjoying it. So now I do that all the time.
So what aspects of makeup, like are you like super into the artistic stuff with makeup, like where you can do the like, I mean, I really don't know much, but like I've seen friends do like the cool like wings or something on their face.
Yeah,
like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, kind of everything. I just like trying new stuff out and like getting like new like products and stuff to try. So I'm like all about that. And then also me and my family are really into college wrestling. Okay. So we watch that all the time. All of like my dad, my grandpa, my brother, they all wrestle. So we watch college wrestling a lot. That's like a weird thing that we like to do.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's like a very like in family like nice thing that everyone
yeah.
Cool. So do you have a lot of siblings, or is this extended family like cousins and stuff? Or?
Extended family, yeah. Okay. I only have one sibling. I have a younger brother, and that's it. Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Matt?
Yeah.
He's getting ready to flex, I think.
No, I do a lot of things, like, and they're just all lame. So I play a lot of video games, just like a lot of video games.
What games?
My biggest, it's not even a game at this point, it's a vice. It's League of Legends.
Okay.
It's got me by the throat, bro. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
I was into it for a little bit.
So it's ruined when your team's bad. When you click, bro, ooh, it's so good. But it really comes down to it. None of my friends really play video games. when they were like younger. We'd get together and we'd play Halo and we'd LAN our Xboxes together and we'd play like fighting games. But because of college, everybody got computers. So they like, I was like, take my hand, let me show you this gaming PC you're at, you know what I mean? So now we just play a bunch of online like video games together, and it doesn't matter what it is, we're gonna play it.
Nice. I do
that a lot, but I also play a lot of like retro games. Like for Christmas, I got a arcade 1-up, so I love Galaga, I love Big Doug, and I'm like okay at Pac-Man. I haven't really learned Pac-Man yet. That's kind of like my next one that I'm like, okay, how does this work? I'm very bad at Pac-Man, but I'm pretty good at the other two.
Nice.
So I like those. Pinball, I mean, like Ryan brought the pinball machine. The thing about me is that I think it comes out from like my biggest pet peeve is when people don't take interest in things that you like.
Yeah.
So I think something clicked in my brain, and it's like now my life's goal to just like try to take interest in like at least one thing to relate to everybody. So like, I don't know why I've done this, but there's just days where I just go home like, I'm going to watch makeup tutorials and I'm going to know how makeup is done because I just need to know it. Or like Ryan's like really like pinball. And I'm going to be real with you, I hated pinball before we got the pinball machine. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I can't get a good score.
So fun.
I can't do anything on it. I'm terrible. And then we got it and I'm like, oh, wait a second. Now we're you know what I mean? Not nearly as good as Ryan. We're still, I know my place, but we're always second place. Or like, I mean, Sam's like, want to do math? No, I don't want to do math. Get that. I ain't doing math. But like, I'll try. I don't like cars that much, but I know a little bit about it. Like I have my like preferences. I have like my favorites. They disagree, but they're just wrong. But yeah, so I try to just dabble in like, I kind of just go with the flow. Cause like, I guess my biggest hobby is just being with other people. Cause I'm just very lonely, I guess. So like, anything I can do to just like hang out, I'll do. I don't know, man. I don't really know anything about but makeup. Fine, I'll come to you. I'll know what concealer is. I'll know what foundation is. I know what order to put it on in. I'll know how to do wings.
I'll be like doing my makeup, and all of a sudden in the mirror, I just see like Matt's head like through the door.
But Matt's also into like definitely some of the quirkier things, but like to pretty high like. He loves bowling. He loves poker. Kicking locks.
I forgot about bowling.
I love bowling. I like movies a lot. I'm a big movie guy. I love like breaking down like what makes like TV shows and movies like really good or not good. And now it's like, okay, how can we like integrate certain things like that into our videos almost? Because like my biggest thing, I'm on a lighting kick right now. I'm dabbling again in Breaking Bad. And we watched Fight Club last night, and just the shadows they achieve in both. Oh, I wish I could get shadows like that. My shadows are like this. Like, you just can't see, like, half of Audra's face. I'm like, no! That's not what I want!
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out. I've
been super into lighting lately, too, actually, and that stuff is so hard. Like, you'd think it'd be so easy, but it's not.
They have lighting ninjas in Hollywood, I swear to God. I don't know how they do it, but I will figure it out. But yeah, I like basically anything that isn't about learning and academics. I pretty much I'll find enjoyment in it. I'm just pretty chill. I like bowling because I like breaking things. So like a game where you throw heavy objects is like amazing.
Makes sense now.
Nice.
It's fun when we all go bowling.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone doesn't understand why I like bowling because everyone was like, Matt, I feel like bowling's such an old person, like boring sport for you. And then I explain it how I explain it. I'm like, 16-pound ball getting thrown full force at things that explode, and they're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
While eating.
He should bowl more.
Yeah. Even if you don't like bowling, there's always food there. That's how they get people. It's
the smell. I love the smell of a dirty bowling alley.
All the like socks and shoes.
I feel at home because I just feel like the alpha male there, bro. I'm walking in. I'm just like.
You walk in, you're like, I got the dirtiest bowling game around.
I really do, bro. And then I just suck. I'm so bad.
So you're a musician too. What do you do in your free time?
So I play video games also. At least that's what I'm doing right now because I can't do much else. But I play Apex Legends a lot.
Okay.
And then I just got a dog, so I've been going on lots of walks and like nature hikes and stuff like that. So I love outdoors stuff and things like that. So
bro, when it comes to shooters, I can't play them anymore, dude.
No.
When I was like 13, 14, I was really good at Call of Duty. Like I would like in Black Ops 2 was like my peak. Like I got like master or like the max prestige on Black Ops 2, play all the time, like was nuts. And then I think literally when you hit like 17 years old, I think you just lose all skill and have to rebuild it back. Because when I was 17, I was getting smoked by like these 13-year-old kids on Xbox Live. They're like, "You're a pee-pee head. Get pooped on, mister." And I'm like, I'm being framed by young children.
That's scary accurate.
I'm done with this. I'm being called pee-pee fingers on Xbox Live, and I'm through.
Yeah.
So I've stopped with the shooters.
Yeah. Nice. That's awesome. Well, thank you all for joining me for this call. I appreciate you taking a bunch of time to do this. And
thank you for having us. This was super fun.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good interview.
I'm just hijacking this interview. I think the funniest thing that I feel is we only do interviews over like Skype, but no one knows how big we are in real life. And now I'm going to go the opposite way. We are the smallest band you will ever meet.
That was a question. See, I was going to ask that, but I decided I shouldn't. I was just going to be like, so how big are you?
Fall Out Boy is very small, though.
Yes, true. But like,
I think they might have us beat.
Okay.
We are like, no, dude, we're very small.
We are really small.
Like, I'm the tallest, and I'm like 5'11".
Okay.
And I'm like the tallest by like a good margin. Like, 5'11's like the max, bro. That's the max, bro. We turned up to 11, bro.
Yeah.
I'm finding that out. Average height of our band
It's
versus.
so funny because like all our fans are like, I can't wait to meat you in real life, and they're gonna be like looking down at us because we're not very big people.
Okay, so I'll send some step stools with the shirts.
Perfect. We can look big.
You guys should just wear elevator shoes. You could bring them back.
I would.
We just keep everything in our studio small. It's like Ewok Village. Like everything is like proportionally our size.
Yeah, so it sucked when we hired our video editor now.
And he's like 6'2".
Dude's like 6'2", just 250 pounds of like muscle, and he just like gets stuck in doorways. I'm like,
Hilarious. You were telling me, like, you don't even need to bring a tripod. You can just set it on the ground and it'll get all of us.
But it's so funny. Every time we like, all the people that shoot our videos are really tall. So, like, honestly, at first, there's like actually growing pains because they'll frame Audra so badly. I'm like, dude, we are small. You have to like bend down. When you frame Audra standing up, she gets cut off to like head level, like mid-chest. I'm like, bro, you're supposed to see our feet, bro.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But when Ryan shoots, we're like perfect. I mean, perfect at
because we're all the same.
Hey.
That's nice. That's good. That's good. Thank you so much for watching this interview with First to 11. It was so much fun getting to know them a little bit better, and I can't wait to see what they have in their future. Subscribe below, and we'll see you next time.